A doctor looked at a woman lying in a hospital bed in Port Harcourt. He looked at her chart, then at her terrified husband, and said 5 words that changed their marriage forever. But I'm not going to tell you those 5 words yet, because the real story, the one that actually matters, started long before that hospital room. It started in a kitchen with the smell of frying plantain and a hand that suddenly went numb. She pressed her palms together under the counter. She couldn't feel her fingers. She closed her eyes, counted to 5, and waited for the feeling to return. When it did, she picked up the spoon and kept cooking. She did not tell her husband. And that silence, that one quiet daily choice to pretend everything was fine, was about to cost her everything. Her name was Adunola, and somewhere in the early years of marriage, she had decided that a wife who complained was the dripping woman mentioned in the book of Proverbs, and she refused to be that woman. So she did not drip. She dried up. She smiled in church. When anyone asked how she was doing, she gave the standard Christian answer: God is faithful. She said it quickly, changing the subject before they could look too closely at the darkness around her eyes. Every specific Naira of her salary went into their joint account. She never kept anything back. Not because her husband, Emeka, forced her. He wasn't a tyrant, but because she believed that questioning the budget meant dishonoring his leadership. But at night, when the children were asleep and Emeka was away offshore, she would scroll through her phone. She'd see her friend Bimpe's new car gleaming in a driveway in Lagos, or a vacation photo from Dubai. And something hot, heavy, and shameful would twist in her chest. She would put the phone face down, kneel on the cold terrazzo floor, and beg God to forgive her for the envy. You see, Adunola made a critical mistake. She only ever saw the sin. She never saw the wound beneath it. She scraped money from her personal transport allowance, 50 Naira here, 100 Naira there, just to pay the balance of her children's lesson fees. She was protecting her husband's ego with her own poverty, and she didn't even know it. Then one evening, her 7-year-old daughter, Chisom, tugged her dress in the kitchen. Wide eyes, a careful, hesitant little face. "Mommy, why are you always tired?" In that moment, Adunola looked at her daughter and saw a terrifying reflection. She saw a little girl learning that a woman's job is to give everything and say nothing. Adunola kissed Chisom's forehead and she lied. "Mommy is fine, sweetheart, just a little busy." The same lie passed to the next generation right there in the kitchen. One Wednesday morning, standing at her chalkboard in front of 32 primary school students, her right hand stopped working completely. The chalk hit the floor. She tried to pick it up, but her fingers wouldn't obey. She laughed it off, told the class it was just a cramp. She finished the lesson writing with her left hand, messy and slanted. The following Wednesday, she didn't just drop the chalk, she collapsed in the school corridor. And listen to this. This is the part that breaks my heart. When she was lying on that floor, vision blurred, ears ringing, chest tight, she reached for her phone. Not to call her husband, she called a colleague, because even then, even with her body shutting down, she did not want to disturb Emeka at work. Her colleague took the phone from her trembling hand and called him herself. When Emeka walked into that hospital ward and saw her wife, small, grey, reduced to something fragile and still. His face did something she had never seen in 8 years of marriage. It broke open. And then the doctor walked in. He didn't smile. He looked at the monitor, then at Emeka. "Mr. Okoro," the doctor said, "this isn't just fatigue. Your wife is a walking stroke. This body is under siege. Stress-induced hypertension. Her body was finally screaming what her mouth had spent 8 years refusing to whisper."